Hey Tyrants, welcome to the crew. I'm Sealer Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Tyranny. We've just finished storming the Duskwatch Fort, and we're on our way back to report into Graven Ashe. Okay, so we are reporting back. We've got a lead on how we can get into Sentinel Stand. Let's take a rest before we go. And I know where I can go pick up more camping supplies, so let's go do it. Everybody wants to talk
My
to me
Lord
too.
Binder, you have something which requires my... What can I do for you?
Graven Ashe asked if you're unwell. What does he know that I don't? The Archon can be very free with his words, especially in the company of those he holds in confidence. Then his care for the well-beings of his soldiers is to be commended. However, I wish that he had said nothing of my condition. I would not give you the impression that I'm unfit for duty. I mean your armor? You have a good ear for long-winded tales. Yes, this fortified prison of rusted iron occupies me to no end, but I'm also concerned by what lurks underneath it. A year into this sorry state, and my armor shows no sign of weakness. If anything, the plates have grown tighter. They need constant oiling if I'm to have any hope of sustaining a long march. There are other problems. I've not been able to inspect my body for wounds or infection. I know nothing of my physical condition, and until recently I gave off a foul odor. Until recently? Lean closer. Either my reek is gone or my nose has fallen off, and neither possibility gives me peace of mind. I also fear less of the irritation or discomfort that I once did. I've sat up awake at night wondering what it could mean. The range of possibilities frightens me. Question one's a bit insensitive, to say the least. You think you're dead inside there? I don't know how that could be possible. It would make sense that I've rotted in this iron shell and my body has given up its last. But perhaps I died in the last battle of Stalwart and occupied this shape. And what would that make me? A skeleton? A shadow? An empty suit of rusted iron? It seems almost foolish to speculate. I'm a part of Ashe's Legion, which is all that matters. I'm not the man I was when I entered Stalwart. I've always known that, but these worries of mine force me to consider ideas that are better left unexplored. Thank you for listening. If nothing else, you can help me prattle off to no end. Alright. Well, let me see them.
My Lord Binder, what can I do for you?
I thought that thing only popped up when there was something new. I guess not.
At your service, Fate. What do you need?
Yeah, they don't actually have anything new.
One moment, my friend. Just...
Okay, let's move on. Okay, we don't actually have the new location here yet. Alright, back to Ironhearth.
Sorry, I
Still
can't.
kind of stormy here, huh? Sort of on the border, but... Hey, Graven Ashe. I have a lead. Oh no, wait, he's inside. Over here. Yeah, there he is. Fatebinder, you return. Through his congenial smile, you just barely detect that Ashe is wincing. Something wrong, Archon? Nothing I can't handle. The war takes a toll on everyone it touches, but in my case the price can be heavier than most. He rises to full height and dismisses your concerns with an authoritative shrug of his shoulders. But never mind that. You didn't come to hear about an old man's aching joints. We have a realm to subjugate and people to break under the disfavored banner. What is it you require? My search for Amelia takes me to Rust Canyons. I'm pleased to hear of your progress. Rust Canyon was once a verdant pass for travelers and one of many choke points on the way to Sentinel Stand. Now it's merely a garbage heap infested by rebellion. I've confirmed that Amelia's unit was taken by Stratus Herodin's troops. Damn that corrupt inbred of a regent. If his death were not required to end the Edict of Storms, I would take pleasure in breaking him on the rack myself. I was devastated when Amelia's cohort vanished. Father's dread is not so different from a general's that in my case I am twice cursed to suffer the pain of her absence. I still feel her presence. It's grown stronger even, so I know that she lives, but I fear for her safety all the same. The Unbroken are seeking artifacts. That does make sense. With no means to kill Stratus Herodin from outside of Sentinel Stand, the only chance of breaching the wind wall would be through an artifact's power. The trouble is, the number of artifacts scattered about the realm is anyone's guess, and I couldn't tell you which of them could get the job done. If these rebels are committed to the task, it's possible they know something more. I believe it was the custom of each of the regions to travel with some artifact in their possession. With all but one of their polluted bloodline killed during the conquest, the Unbroken are likely seeking a corpse among thousands. A fool's errand, but not an ignoble one. The Unbroken leader is named Matthias. Matthias. I have not come across his name, but yours is the most recent intelligence we've dredged from the region, so I can well believe that it's true. Whatever he calls himself, this upstart should be killed to set an example for his would-be army. Should you come across him, I expect his head to topple from his shoulders in good order. I received word that my disfavored have cleared a path to Rust Canyons that should prevent any rebels from entering or leaving the area. You should make contact with Theodore, the lieutenant in charge of the attack. He will guide you from there. Thank you, General. +1 to everything, apparently. I didn't even realize this was a thing. Okay, we have permanently minus 20% range damage, 10 accuracy the whole time we're in this edict. Which makes sense, but I hadn't noticed the modifier. Okay. Rust Canyons. Hold on. Sorry. Down.
Sorry, I can't.
Here. Okay, let's go. Why? Everyone, please. That's actually close. 7 hours, 45 minutes. Kairos' magical storms bored through these once fertile hills, creating the winding, dust-strewn canyons present today. The process killed both disfavored and unbroken soldier alike, and now their corpses remain embedded in the earth. Oh yeah.
Kairos'
It's pretty
storm
grim.
ripped all life to shreds, leaving behind only armor and weapons. It is chilling to see these metal remains with my own eyes.
Wedged into these rocks are the iron trappings of soldiers killed by Kairos' edict. Magical winds sheared away all flesh, leaving behind only rusting armor and weaponry. Yeah, that's pretty damn grim. I like it. Hello. You're the disfavored? It don't actually look like a disfavored. No, you're not. An unbroken soldier struggles to rise to his feet, one arrow lodged in his shoulder, the other in his thigh. He attempts to stand, but his muscles are too weak for the task. Let's go watch. The soldier lacks the strength, but none of the conviction as he fights to move in spite of his wounds. He's powerless to scramble away as a disfavored officer approaches from the west. Theodore. A disfavored soldier calmly approaches from the west. He regards the vulnerable southerner with a curled lip and a disapproving shake of his head. Weak and broken. Prisoners make for poor sport. Your escape was spirited, but damned foolish. He raises his sword and points it at the unbroken man's heart, poised to let it plunge and impale him to the filth-strewn ground. I'm not going to stop him. In one swift motion, he plunges his sword into the man's heart, pinning the fallen soldier to the rusted earth. Bye, buddy. His favorite soldier turns to the unbroken camp, frustration evident in his tone, then his gaze shifts over to you and back to the walls. I have reinforcements now, Edia. If you open the gates, I can still make this easy on you. He passes you a knowing glance that suggests he's lying and proud of it. Oh, so that's the... Oh, yeah. Okay, the unbroken camps are right here. You see a woman stride purposefully into view atop a platform along the wall's edge. She lifts a spear and hurls it at Theodore, cursing under her breath when it breaks against the rocks. I am so fucking tired of listening to you. Go shriek at someone else's fortress for a change and stop trying to impress me by hunting down unarmed prisoners. Maybe the ladies of the north get shivery over your bravado, but all it tells me is that your codpiece is emptier than your skull. She takes note of you with a raised brow. Well, I don't believe we've been introduced. No shit. One ironclad or two, it makes no difference. These walls can stand against Kairos' fury and your pig countryman's saber rattling. These walls look really shitty, to be honest. Like, they're literally full of holes. There are holes big enough for men to squeeze through in these walls. Make no mistake, Elia. You'd better be better served as my camp slave than as my enemy. Such a waste of good potential. He tips his head to the west. Fatebinder, let's consult when you have a moment. Okay, so I've just walked into no man's land between the two camps, apparently.
Slow
Oops.
and steady.
Not stealth. It's loot. Great axe, gauntlets, helmet. Ooh, another short bow. Superior quality. That's nice. Walk hat. Can I walk up to here without getting shot?
Seems others have tried to take this fort and failed. Repeatedly.
I actually can, which is interesting. The unbroken captain looks down from the elevated platform, resting a heavy boot on top of an axe head buried in the wooden slats. She grips its handle as you approach. What do we have here? Her expression twists with sudden recognition. Aren't you the one who fucked over Agathon at Duskwatch? How the hell would she know that already? We have nothing to say to one another. Either you're Graven Ashe's favorite comfort soldier, or you just like to see honest folk die. Either way, you're a pile of beast shit to me. No matter what happens here, the Unbroken will take back Sentinel Stand and banish all you northern piss troughs from the tiers. I'd rather die than see Stalwart under Kairos' sigil. You can't imagine what I'd do to avoid it. I mean, you really think you can win? I may die today, and Stalwart may remain a wasteland for another generation, but our people will remember. That memory will awaken a thirst only quenched by your overlord's blood. That hope is enough to keep me standing in defiance. Can I win? Probably not. Can Stalwart? Absolutely. I hear you're looking for artifacts. Find anything? Yeah, your mother's pizzle cane. Elias slaps her knee and peers down at you with a grin. You're on the wrong side of this war to be asking me anything. Tell me how to breach Sentinel Stand, I might show you mercy. You'll pardon the fuck out of me if I go ahead and ignore your northern rhetoric. Your type sees us as nothing but future slaves made only to serve the Empire's needs. Well, based on what the disfavored commander just said, that is literally true, but, you know. This one's got a smart mouth. I like her. Think she'd be interested in joining us? I don't suppose it's too late to invite you to a spot in our party? She looks out at you with total bewilderment. Are you fucking kidding me? I'd rather gargle beast milk. Well, a girl can't get everything she wants. What's important is you tried your best. Thanks, Burst. I already know that his favored are looking for artifacts of Stalwart. I also know they're searching blind. I'll take my knowledge to the grave if it keeps you out of Sentinel Stand. You can count on that. She's got that look of someone who's lost too much to ever know fear again. Before you taunt your way into yet another battle, perhaps we should meet with Theodore. We can have this conversation again later, but with the disfavored on our side. Yeah, agreed. Don't leave me to wonder, you simpering three-ring upright. Elia makes a vulgar hand motion and turns away. Man, everyone's so rude just because, you know, the guy you're allied with openly said he wanted to take you as a slave like 10 seconds ago. Unbelievable. No common courtesy at all. Relatively large map here. Where is the disfavored camp? Oh, here it is. Got any good loot? Is that... I think it's just called break. The fact that the hand is actually depicted. It's like... Is there just a hand in here? A ragged stalwart flag sways gently in the wind, marking the site where its original owner died during the casting of the Edict of Storms. Hello, Taylor. The lieutenant holds up his sword and squints through the obscurity of the high winds. Who goes there? Oh, it's you, Fatebinder. I wish you didn't have to witness that crude exchange before. Elia and her lot have caused me no end of trouble. His manner softens. You're most welcome here. Even if your loyalties fall with the court more than the Legion, we need all the help we can get. Ashe sent word to expect you. If he dispatched an outsider to help us in the field, that says something about his urgency to see these Unbroken conquered for good. I think we can both appreciate that his interest in seeing this matter resolved is of a personal nature. Catches himself. I apologize for that outsider remark. Some of us aren't accustomed to working with anyone but the Legion proper. Yeah, let's just focus on the task at hand, buddy. He nods. I'll be happy to leave this place in my tracks. Something about the wind seems to carry all the worst of the stinking refuse to this corner of Stalwart. Ashe says the Unbroken are scavenging the blade grave for an old Stalwart heirloom. I can think of nothing else that would help us breach Sentinel Stand, sort of the region's timely death. They're not making it easy by holding themselves up behind walls. If the conquests have any evidence, Stalwart folk are less inclined toward facing their enemies in open battle. The Tearsmen are like rats, squeezing themselves behind the narrowest walls to avoid the inevitable. No matter what they find here, the Unbroken are trapped. North of camp we have soldiers led by my subordinate, Giacomus. To the south, reinforcements march as we speak. He taps his chin in thought. Still, I'd appreciate any help you can offer. The sooner we claim that Unbroken artifact, the sooner we reach Sentinel Stand. Any word from there? There seems to be more of a scout presence outside the wind wall. Unbroken, disfavored. Everyone's on edge waiting for something to happen. We'll have to hold our breath a little longer before we can uncork the old keep. Once we track down the Stalwart artifact... Sorry. It'll be a mad scramble as everyone races to claim Sentinel Stand first. But any new information? Not as such. We have every reason to assume Stratus Herodin hasn't committed suicide yet, and we're hopeful that Ashe's daughter is in fair condition. I only hope her father's protection is keeping her spirits high. What do we know about artifacts? Aside from wishing I had a few to my name, he shakes his head in bewilderment, they're weapons and items powerful enough to change the tide of any battle. I couldn't speak to their nature or how they're responsible for such storied deeds, but I have no reason to doubt that they can do. Word coming down the line is that an artifact can breach Sentinel Stand. You'll hear no complaints from me. That fortress has stood unchallenged for too long. With your help, I have little doubt it'll wear disfavored banners before long. This territory does not really look worth taking, or defending. Well, the search for artifacts certainly changed how we view this garbage pit. In truth, Rust Canyons presents us some strategic advantages. Our location brushes soldiers with Iron Hearth and Duskwatch Fort. If we could claim this spot for the disfavored, that would be as good as controlling the whole region. Kind of. Sentinel Stand's still the real prize of the Blade Grave. Alright, what are we looking at in terms of Unbroken? They've built a fortified camp due east of here, and another group holds a choke point to the southeast. He huffs. Though calling it a camp gives the Unbroken too much credit, it's a scavenger's warren. Garbage fortifications that our enemies have managed to defend through dumb luck. No longer. Today it falls. There's some systematic underestimation going on here, and also just like kind of straight up denial of reality, considering clearly he's lost repeatedly. But the fortifications did look pretty garbage, to be honest. Alright, I'm ready to hear how I can contribute. My men are eager for battle, and we wouldn't mind taking the Unbroken camp in advance of our reinforcements. He glances to his countrymen with a smile. That'll show the old 15th cohort, eh, boys? You may want to clear out a group of Unbroken by the bridge to the southeast. They guard another entrance to the camp. Some of our men are being held captive there, too, and we need the extra numbers on our side to hold these canyons. Now, strictly speaking, my orders are to wait for reinforcements, so I can't directly assist you. But once we secure the camp, you get first pick of the spoils and a chance to interrogate their leader, Elia. Deal? Yeah, I'll help. Glad to hear it. I'd go after the Unbroken station at the Eastern Bridge first. You guys are all kind of useless, but okay.
See that pen over there? The prisoners within are dressed in Unbroken colors.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. Ooh, is that a gold bar? That's a bronze ingot. Not as good. Who are you? You a merchant? Need some cast-off iron? Maybe a few teeth or a necklace for your special someone? Merchant drops one of her many satchels to the ground and pulls from it numerous tools and trinkets. Scavengers do the gathering, and then I take it from them. Profitable work if you can manage it. Pillaged iron and scavenged bones. There are laws about mercantile wares, and you are not following them. Something flashes in her eye, and her voice lowers. If the disfavored are so well off that they can ignore my wares, they're free to go. As it is, Kairos' army needs all the help they can get, and a friend of means is a friend indeed. If some misplaced morals stand in your way, feel free to buy elsewhere. They probably should. I don't think Toonalm would be too happy about ignoring this, but you know what? What you got? That's the spirit. Come take a look. She nods to her items on display. Okay, that is a quality dagger. That is also a... dagger? Yes, it's a dagger. Doesn't really even say anywhere. Just looks like a dagger. Small blade is stained the dark red of arterial blood, leaving no doubt of where Heartfinder earned its name. Multiple accounts of royal assassinations have described such a blade, although their validity is suspect. Okay, but nobody actually uses it. Well, this is... I guess pierce versus slashing is the difference. Okay, yeah. Lantry has quills. Where the hell am I going to find more quills? That doesn't seem like a thing that... But technically they're all daggers, huh? Oh, it can be upgraded. Okay, so maybe it's supposed to be upgraded instead of replaced. A new axe would be nice, perhaps, for him. And I could certainly use a new staff. What do we have? I don't think we have anything that special, to be fair. Blood Chanter Staff. This is good for fire, but I don't have that many fire spells. Sword. Buckler. It's 6 parry, 25 dodge, 3 endurance. This is a different type of shield entirely. Okay, this is much bigger. And it's got special abilities, so yeah. No, nothing very exceptional in her store, to be honest, but I could sell some of my junk at least. Let's see here. Javelin, sword. I think all this generic junk is just... What's worse than the bow she's got now? That's a duplicate. That's a really nice bow, to be fair. Anything else? That's just, those are really quest items, yeah. Oh yeah, armor too, okay. I'm pretty sure that this outline denotes fine quality, and then the blue outline must be superior, although I've only seen it once. So anything that's not at least fine, I think we can just sell, yeah. 86 bronze rings, okay. Not like I can afford anything now. We're at 1 iron, 20 bronze, 20 copper, 21 copper. But I don't think I want any of this, to be honest. It's a nice dagger, but nobody really uses it. I mean, even she uses those. Do I have anything in inventory that I would actually like to equip? That's another question, probably. This hood is just equal to the one I'm wearing. The only one who would wear this armor is Barrack, and he can't change his armor, as far as I understand it. No, yeah, he's fully locked into it. So... generic bracers. Maybe. Those could possibly be good for verse. Let's see here. Those would be good for verse. Okay, let's give those to verse. Bronze. All this heavy stuff is like the only person we've got that wears heavy armor is Barrack, and he can't change his heavy armor, so. Can I talk to these prisoners?
Sorry, I can't.
No, they're just back here. Alright, let's have a look around up here. I don't know how to get up there. It kind of looks like maybe I have to go... Okay, through the camp gets me to up here, but I don't actually see that it gets me to up.
Can't do that.
Just run across that. That's just rocks. Okay. So yeah, you have to go through the camp to get up there, onto like the other half of the map. So that pretty much just leaves going down here, southeast. I like how they've got guys outside the gate. Like, what kind of fortification? Hello, gents. A moment, I'm just scouting. I'll kill you in a moment.
Can't do that.
I can get up there without... No, okay. What's up, mate? Earlier sail, stranger. This bridge marks the beginning of unbroken territory. He scrapes his blade on the planks in front of him, drawing a line. Kairos' forces already tried to best us. They got this far. I know you for what you are, Northerner. I never met a woman or man from Kairos' domain who didn't try to invite my countrymen into the fold. I'll give you this chance to leave. Otherwise, I'm prepared to give my life defending this bridge, meager though it may seem. You know, it really does, because it's an absurd choke point. It would be so easy for a normal person to walk around it. Why would I even bother to cross it? There's the chasm ends right here. There's like a couple of trees in the way. This is not impassable terrain. Oh well. What do you want with us? How long you been fighting Kairos' forces? He pauses to count on his fingers. Long enough to have sons twice, at least. After the storm, I thought Kairos would be satisfied with our pain, but the Overlord still finds reason to kick us. We know these canyons like the backs of our shields, and we're not going to allow a bunch of pig-headed, iron-clad jackanapes chase us away. He puffs with pride. It takes a special sort to outlast a siege or a long campaign. Stalwart-born folk like myself have it by the wagon load. Alright, what's on the other side of the bridge? Sentry scratches his chin and sizes you up. Nothing the likes of you would be interested in. You're about to ask, well, why are you defending it? Then don't bother. We got provisions, equipment, and unbroken soldiers. Reason enough. The unbroken rarely buckle or give quarter. We should not underestimate the ferocity of these scavengers. Well, a lot of people die for their family. Some people die for a bridge that I could walk around in about 10 seconds. Another fool come to test us, he shouts to his men. Once we catch the Northerner, let's stake him up at the wind wall. Oh, he has one more guy. Still not that many guys. Somebody should probably, first you need to deal with that before you go to the front. Why am I on the front? Let's not. Ow. First, that's the wrong way. Okay, you know what? Lancer, you and I need to kill this guy.
Sorry.
First, you go kill that guy, to be honest. As long as you're already past the bridge.
On it.
Actually, I appreciate the effort, but you were preventing me from accessing this guy. Okay, now let's do this. Okay, now let's light him on fire. First, how is it that you're, like, struggling here?
Not happening.
That guy is hopefully about to burn to death. Actually, let's hit this guy with an atrophy. Okay, I think he's double atrophy. That's probably gonna suck.
I need to try a different weapon. On it.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Right.
Come and face my iron!
What the fuck is wrong with my weapon? Yeah.
Okay. One bridge crossed.
Right.
Oh, hey, prisoners. Okay. Green. Mead.
Sorry,
Water.
I can't.
There's not even more
Sorry,
hostiles up here,
I
just
can't.
prisoners.
The Unbroken have some captives over in that pit.
Yeah, what's this? Battered helm. Ooh. This helmet has been destroyed by the constant batter of dust and sand, but under the grime and dents you can see it's of exceedingly high quality. A master blacksmith at a Spire Forge upgrade may have more information about this item. Sweet. The smell of men soaking in their own waste rises up from this spear-lined pit used to keep prisoners. Well, you there! A voice cries out from within the pit. Dead soldiers, skewered on spears, litter the pit, while a few survivors clamor for air. The unbroken dogs left us here to bleed and rot. Help us, please. Cornered, frightened. No matter where Graven Ashe is right now, I'm certain he can sense the terror these soldiers are experiencing. We have information. Valuable information done only to the disfavored. Give us our freedom and we'll tell you all you know. We know. Okay. One of those spears looks loose. Uproot it and I'll use it to pull you out. The soldiers fall to their knees when they're finally out of the pit and sigh with relief. I thought we'd never see the outside of that pit. Here, take this key. We acquired it from a scavenger and there's some stash north of here. When we tortured him, he said something about a pile of rocks near a banner. We just love to torture each other, huh? The healthiest of the prisoners help the weaker men to their feet, and the group begins its march back to camp. Sweet, reinforcements. Northeast of here? I mean, was this the stash he was talking about? Okay, I have a back way in now, I guess. I was supposed to deal with that. I don't think there's actually a timer on it. Right. Yeah, so there's been several hints now. I need to not only build an upgraded forge, but I need to find a smith to work at it too. Clearly. Okay, let's I mean, that's a side entrance of some kind. Looks kind of undefended, but let's go report back in here first. Oh, hey, they've all actually fallen back inside the gate. Good for them, I guess. Theodore. Got your men back. Bridge is ours. If you're feeling bold, try and tackle the fort itself. Those motley scavengers are as unprotected as we're apt to find them. Oh, so he just wants me to go back and do it. Like, take the whole fort by myself. Okay, Theodore, sure, why not? Not like that's supposed to be your damn job or anything. Few enemies in there. I mean, I can count 8. This gate's been well reinforced with scavenger metal and will likely withstand many blows. Well, they withstood one blow. Thanks for watching, sailors. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving a like or subscribing. New parts will be up every other day on YouTube, or you can watch live on Twitch. Have a nice day, sailors. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.